In this video, I'm going to talk about limits. Limits are very simply defined as the value a function approaches. Limits are very useful in calculus, like we have seen previously in the instantaneous rate of change formula, where the limit h approaches 0. Solving limits is pretty simple. You pretty much just want to simplify it as much as you can and then just apply the limit. So x will approach 3 when all of this cannot be simplified anymore. So what will happen here is that because we have one squared and the other one is just dividing over it, we'll have this to be the limit when x approaches 3 of x minus 3, and now you can use the limit, so it will be 3 minus 3, which is just 0. So you just want to simplify as much as you can and then use what the limit approaches. So it's pretty simple. However, what I wanted to focus on was when a limit approaches infinity, which is a case that you will see a lot in calculus. So there are three possibilities, or three ways, actually not three ways, there are three possible cases. So you will have a function in which that limit is approaching, in which x is approaching infinity. And the first case is when the highest power is on top of the equation. So let's say you have a function or equation, and what I mean by highest power is with respect to the variable. So in this case it's x. So something like x cubed plus 2x squared over 2x squared. The highest power is this cube right there. That's what I mean by the highest power. And in this case it's also on top, so if this were a limit, it would be equal to infinity. I'll be solving some problems at the end of the video. Our second possibility is when the highest power is on the bottom. So as we saw before, if it was x cubed plus x squared, our highest power is on the bottom. So if this was a limit, it would be 0. And finally, there's one more case, and that's when both powers are the same. The result of that will be the coefficients of the powers. So if we have, I'm going to use x cubed again. So if we have, let's say x cubed, let's say 2x cubed on top, and x cubed plus x squared, our coefficients are 2 here, and here it's just 1. So that would mean that our limit would be 2. So this would be equal to 2 on the case of the example I just gave you. So, but I'll be solving problems right after this. So here we have two problems. Remember the three possibilities: when the highest power is on top, when the highest power is on the bottom, or when they're the same. In this case, our highest power is this 2 right here, and it's on top. It's a limit too, so this will mean it is equal to infinity. In this case, our highest power is the 3, the cube, so, and it's on the bottom. It's also a limit to infinity, so it will be 0. And one more case. Here we have two powers that are the same, the 3's, and our coefficients are a 1 here and this 2. So this means that the limit will be equal to 1/2. However, you must remember this only applies to polynomials. So this so-called technique, or these possibilities, will only function if the expression is a polynomial. Well, I just wanted to give a brief overview on limits, so because it's very helpful in calculus. And as always, if you found it very helpful, like it and share it with your friends.